Imagine a man, uncertain of his abilities, being called upon to lead an entire nation. Welcome to Exodus chapter 4, a pivotal turning point in the biblical narrative. As we unravel this chapter, we'll see how it marks a significant shift in Moses' life. He grapples with self-doubt, yet is tasked with an enormous responsibility. This chapter is a testament to the human struggle with faith and obedience, underlining the importance of trust in divine wisdom. The narrative of Exodus chapter 4 is not just about Moses, but also about us, as we navigate through our own uncertainties and challenges. It highlights the transformative power of divine intervention when ordinary men are called to do extraordinary things. It's a reminder that strength and leadership can emerge from the most unlikely places, and even the most reluctant hearts can become vehicles for profound change. Now let's delve into the events that make Exodus chapter 4 a remarkable chapter in the Bible. Exodus chapter 4 begins with Moses doubting his capabilities, a sentiment we've all felt at some point. As we delve deeper into the narrative, we encounter Moses in a moment of self-doubt, questioning his ability to lead the Israelites out of Egypt. In response to Moses' insecurities, God performs a series of miracles. Firstly, he turns a staff into a serpent, then he makes Moses' hand leprous and heals it again. These miracles serve as divine reassurances, not only to establish God's omnipotence, but also to strengthen Moses' faith. However, even after witnessing these extraordinary demonstrations of God's power, Moses continues to express his apprehension. This time his concern is about his lack of eloquence, worrying that he may not be able to convincingly convey God's message to Pharaoh. God, in his infinite wisdom and compassion, listens to Moses' worries. Instead of dismissing them, he provides a solution that addresses Moses' self-doubt. God appoints Aaron, Moses' brother, to act as his spokesman. Aaron is known for his eloquence, and with him by Moses' side, Moses' fear of not being able to express himself clearly is alleviated. Following this divine intervention, Moses, armed with God's miraculous signs and Aaron as his voice, prepares to return to Egypt. It's a monumental moment, marking the beginning of a journey that will ultimately lead to the liberation of the Israelites. Throughout this chapter, we observe a very human side of Moses. His doubts, fears, and hesitations make him relatable. Yet his willingness to follow God's command, despite his insecurities, is what makes him a true leader. With God's signs and Aaron by his side, Moses sets off on a journey that will change the course of history. Exodus chapter 4 is not just a story, but a series of life lessons that resonate even today. We begin by examining the theme of overcoming self-doubt through faith. Moses, initially hesitant and full of self-doubt, is reassured by God's signs and wonders. This reassurance transforms his fear into faith, enabling him to carry out his divine mission. Moses' journey serves as a powerful testament to the strength that faith can provide in overcoming our personal insecurities and self-doubt. Next, we delve into the power of divine intervention. The staff that turns into a snake, the leprous hand, and the Nile water turning into blood are all manifestations of God's power. These miracles serve not just as signs for Moses, but also as clear demonstrations to Pharaoh and the Egyptians of the might of the God of Israel. They underline the theme that divine intervention can instigate significant changes even in the most obstinate of circumstances. We then move on to the significance of obedience. Despite his initial reluctance, Moses obeys God's instructions. This act of obedience sets into motion the events that lead to the liberation of the Israelites. Moses' obedience underscores the idea that following divine guidance can lead to liberation and redemption. Finally, we witness Moses' transformation from a reluctant leader to a determined deliverer. Filled with doubts and fears at the beginning of the chapter, Moses emerges at the end as a leader ready to confront Pharaoh and demand the freedom of his people. This transformation forms the bedrock of the Exodus narrative and serves as an inspiring example of personal growth and leadership. Exodus chapter 4 thus serves as a reminder that with faith and divine guidance one can overcome any obstacle and lead others towards a brighter future.